Hello everyone and welcome to Blood Bowl. I'm Complacent Badger.
And I'm Syracilo.
And those Amazons have quad boob.
That's fair. She also has a bone in her crotch.
Yes, she does. We are going to be watching This Isn't Hockey versus the Snarltoof Smashas.
Let's see if this isn't the bloodfest that it has the potential to turn into.
Yes. So, this is going to be an uphill battle for This Isn't Hockey.
Yeah, that's a fresh and meaty Amazon team versus a seasoned orc coach and player.
Three players with tackle. So that's going to be scary. I should probably speed this up.
Yeah, so that tackle's going to mitigate a lot of the Amazon movement.
Let's see where he places his tackles. So placing them on the wings, trying to avoid anybody getting around these two players. Alright, so we can see pulling up, doing all the free movements first. Odd that he wouldn't continue moving this black orc into adjacency. Maybe he's got a plan. It's mitigated. Yeah, mitigated all the problems with not being able to pick up that ball, though. So,
right,
it's not too deadly. I'm so curious why he didn't move that forward.
We'll see. That might be one of those things we don't figure out until later. Double block.
I guess maybe he wants to level up Morgfang, because this guy would be much better at picking up that ball. Ooh, two both downs that got re-rolled into two attacker downs. That's tough.
Yep, that'll happen sometimes, though. But hey, you did a lot of movements beforehand, so if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But
I think he's underestimating how strong these orcs are and keeping everybody adjacent and moving more people into adjacency.
Yeah, I think he wants to hit.
And I think that is not the game to play. These guys are big, mean, and green.
It's true. They're like impolite Ninja Turtles.
They really are. They're just uncouth, really.
I'd say so.
So you can see that even though he hasn't got the ball moving forward yet, he is getting field presence, which is almost as good as getting ball movement at this point.
Right, because he's setting up for kind of free movements later. He's tied up a lot of players on the wings, and those three in the middle are going to probably start his cage, and he's just going to drive that arrow point all the way to the touchdown.
Oh, man, moving in and trying to hit. This is not the place that you want to be fighting. You have a player advantage on this side.
Well, the most important thing is everything that he's doing right now is off ball, and it doesn't do any good.
He does have Zara the Slayer, which I had just noticed.
Hey, good point.
I was like, wait, she looks familiar. Ugh. So learning what tackle is.
Yeah.
So orcs are containing these ladies over here and doing a good job of keeping these ones contained.
That's a good way to do it. I mean, it's a fairly strong line going on here, so there haven't been very much penetration.
No. Amazon's really got to be focusing right now on a zone defense against these guys. These guys are too strong.
Well, their strength is high, but their agility is fairly garbage, so the idea is to make them try to dodge. And you do that by making them dodge. So if they're already engaged with you, they're just going to hit you, and that's exactly what they want.
Yeah, this is probably the worst setup that This Isn't Hockey could have right now. So already lost one already to a knockout. It's not terrible, but
when you don't have an infinite reserve of players, it's pretty bad.
And really, the Smashas just taking their time. They no need to do anything risky. Probably would try to start getting upfield a little bit, but he's opting to go this way. Ooh, broken neck. Re-rolling to a badly hurt, so that'll be back on the next drive.
It's a better choice, but it's pretty early to have to use your apothecary.
Yeah. So that's 2 players off the pitch for the This Isn't Hockey. Clogging up that lane, I like it. And Zara is a strength 4 character, so she will be hard to get out of the way. And I think This Isn't Hockey's got it. He figured it out.
Yeah.
He just realized that he's not winning this fight. That was
when you have that agility.
Yep, that was a good move. That was a good realization, kind of changing his plan on the fly. It was the best thing he could have done in that situation. Smash is still having to check for strength on blitzes. Awesome. It's always good to see people who've been playing for 3 years checking blitzes.
Better safe than sorry. Every once in a while, hey, those Amazons are so tiny. Maybe you'll miss one standing there.
Yeah.
Let's I mean, talk about that for a minute real quick. Let's about kind of knowing your opponent fairly well going in. So, you know, scouting the team. You can watch these videos or and kind of see how your opponent plays. But I think the basic necessity is know what the strength of all your players are, all the skills that they have. You don't have to know all of them, but specifically the ones that are going to be bothersome to you. So the Amazons need to know which of these orcs have tackle, because tackle, and I'll read it right out of the rule book so that I don't misquote them. Opposing players who are standing in any of this player's tackle zones are not allowed to use their dodge skill if they attempt to dodge out of any of the player's tackle zones, nor may they use their dodge skill if the player throws a block at them and uses the tackle skill.
Pretty cut and dry.
So run that down. So if they can't dodge out, so really it eliminates their free reroll for dodging out, right?
Yep, so a quick pass over to a touchdown. That Agility 4 Moglop making it. Pass from Morgfang. And you can continue.
And so what does that have to do if a person with tackle throws a block at a person with dodge?
Instead of downgrading, which normally dodge downgrades defender stumble to a pushed, you no longer get that benefit.
Right. So that is one of the big benefits of having dodge, is it reduces the ability of your opposing players to hit you. So that's a great thing if
just picking up star player points.
Well, hey, you know, hey, can't hate.
A little risky when you didn't have your setup yet, but whatever.
Yeah, more specifically that you threw it that close to the line without that support. But you know, you can I wouldn't say expect, but the chances are pretty good of a pass from this team going through.
Yeah. And then not setting up proper cage, so getting infiltrated. I guess it was a proper cage at one time.
Yeah. I think it was 3/4 of a cage at best. But, that's the power of that blitz, is when you use it effectively, it kind of clears everybody off of your business and allows you to go about your plan.
So opting to do blitzes and whatnot instead of getting the ball carrier out of there. Nobody had tackle nearby, so you could have just gotten out of there. So using that jump up from Zara the Slayer to get back up and get one person off the ball. A blitz. Let's see if we continue the movement. Not continuing the movement with that character and opting to foul a armor value 9 character in the middle of the turn.
So, trying to foul an armor 9 character is...
You have better...
like trying to punch through a brick wall.
Yeah, you have better odds of getting your player ejected than you do actually injuring them.
Right.
In his defense, though, I think he had 2 assists, so it was almost odds for him to roll it. He needed an 8+.
Yeah, but even then, the risk versus reward, I don't know if... in the middle of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
You're already down a couple players. A couple more, and one more is going to hurt.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Got it.
Ugh.
That's what happens with odds. Anytime we're dealing with odds, the more, even if it's good odds to do it, the bad odds will catch you eventually.
So again,
the reroll and the ball's now on the pitch.
Yeah, so picking it up with a go for it, failing to go for it, reroll it, got it, and then doing an unnecessary pass just to try to grab a star player point.
And that's one thing if it's the last 2 turns of a half, but this is the start of a half. You need to be going for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be going for the 3 points instead of the 1.
Or at least setting up your team to where you're not going to be in a really bad situation after you fail it.
Right.
I can understand if you set up real good and you got 2 players left and you're like, let's see what happens. And didn't even throw it to somebody with catch.
So that was an interesting choice. Just handing it to a person so it's no star player points. I don't know if it was really good use of the ball movement and then a pass there. Yeah.
Trying to go for a long pass makes it a -1. Had he, that was what caused it to be a drop, was the long pass.
So now the Orcs have enough presence, I think, that they're going to...
Yeah, that...
take care of this toot sweet. A lot of players engaged.
Yeah, this is the Orcs are definitely a team, especially at the level that they are, that you just you try to get around them. You don't go through them, and you also don't do unnecessary stuff near them.
Yep.
Because they will punish you a lot.
And I think that a part of the mentality going into this match was going to be a little smashy for This Isn't Hockey because.
All right.
Because they
so
picked up a star player who was kind of specifically designed for Smash.
Opting to go for the guy with -2 instead of -1. I get the guy has tackle, so it's harder to get away.
But here's the deal: you don't have to throw it every turn.
No.
You can take your time, get a better setup, and then make a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of these are, well, now I have the ball, I want to move it forward. Who's the furthest guy up the pitch?
Ugh.
So it was a 1 die to a push.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone worse. Still trying to engage.
Well, that one worked, I guess. That is 1 dead Amazon. Odd that he's...
Curious why to use the blitz there.
Why? I guess he's afraid of Zara? This was a much easier route and doesn't have players right there. And none of these guys have block over here. What?
Yep.
And why didn't you...
I lost it too.
Why didn't you dodge out to get an assist against that guy?
I'm still flabbergasted that the Orcs blitzed the guy on the ball carrier and chose to dodge instead.
Yeah. And blitzed a character that had block, where there's only now 4 characters who have block on the pitch.
Okay. You gonna blitz through?
Yep. Which was not the play there. That's not the play to make when you don't have a route afterwards. You blitz with somebody else, open the route, then walk out.
Yeah. He's got a couple turns left, so he better score off of this though.
Yeah.
He's super set up to do so. So all he's got to do is do it.
Alright, so this isn't hockey, using up all 5 of their rerolls already. Doing 2 go-for-its on a blitz with a 1-die block. On a black orc.
Smashers retreating.
Failing to go for it and having to reroll.
That's my favorite part. So that was pretty locked in from quite a ways away, unfortunately. Just ball presence and...
Went all around town to get it, though.
Yep. Sometimes that's what it takes, I guess. But I don't know. Sometimes when you have the upper hand, you're overthinking things to the point where you're like, man. Anything you can do is will result in a victory there. So
I don't think when it comes to orcs, anything's overthought. Hey, finally getting everybody one face off. All it took was a quick snap.
Nice.
So racking up those star player points.
One at a time.
All right.
Just scared.
Let's say it is possible to make a touchdown in 2 turns, but opting to just kind of scrounge for star player points here and there. It's fine, I guess.
I mean, some people would call that cowering. I'm not one of them. I'm gonna call it cowering.
I am. You are not allowed to cower unless you have 6 or less players.
Yeah. You almost got a full team there.
Hey, we finally see the stab. Cool. Lou, I got some too. What the fuck?
What just happened?
Holy shit!
Just ran right through.
That was a -4. Sorry, including the +1. That was a -3, followed by a -1, and then I think the placement of the ball was between 2 players.
Yeah.
So that pickup was a -1, and then he had to dodge away again, and he failed it on the go for it. It looked like.
Yep. That's a Master Moose move right there.
No, it's not. That's exactly what we saw the last couple games of people just dodging into the entire team. Like,
fuck you.
Like, that's my space.
You. Yeah, I know. Unbelievable.
No, yeah, okay, Jesus.
That was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
That was the best idea ever.
the only thing that would have made that awesome had the player died.
Right.
All right, Snarltoof Smashas. What the hell, man? That's got to be your worst game of the season. And
it's still a 2-0 victory. So.
yeah, that was bad, man. You had I expect so much out of the returning champ, and basically holding a ball and spinning around in circles is not what I expected.
Yeah, I definitely think that you could have been a little smoother with your routes, a little more aggressive with your ball movement, and really shown what your team can do. This was a for-sure victory for you, so anything shy of that was going to be a crushing defeat, and we'd have made fun of you for years. But a 2-0 victory is a victory, but you could have done it with a little more style, I think. So
yeah, this was a real chance for you because your team was really built to kind of take on agility teams from last season. This was really your chance to shine and show us what you were capable of, and you opted to do nothing.
Yeah.
You made weird choices. You put guys. You did stuff, but nothing was impressive and nothing was good blood bowl. It was just you had some fundamentals in there, and you more were relying on your leveled up players and not skill.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's the case. So for This Isn't Hockey, we'll switch over and say a 2-0 loss isn't really a loss for you. There were a lot of things that you needed to do better.
You had almost, to be perfectly honest, and this is nothing against you, this is nothing against anybody, you had almost no chance in this game. That team was just built to take out agility teams, and you can blame myself for my Goblin team and the Sunday Speedwalkers coach, Ducky Shoes, because he is afraid of agility teams, so he picked up a lot of tackle and, everything, like you block everything that you need to really put down agility teams.
But on the same side, that doesn't excuse you from not trying to play an agility game. You were definitely too engaged. We saw it a little bit late where you realized it, and then you fell back into it again. Making those guys dodge, making the routes that they have to go difficult, you didn't stand in the way enough.
Mm-hmm.
And when you did, you stood too close. So that's a good lesson to learn. Watch some of these other games and see what's going on. But Blazer Badger said it perfectly that the Smashers were designed to defeat a team like you. But at the same time, you have to play an effective game. And I do think that when you picked up your star player, you felt like you could get a little smashy. That's not necessarily a good idea. I think you walked out of that game smelling like daisies for not having gotten hit a lot harder than you did.
Yeah.
Is really the bottom line. I think that you got off a little bit easy, but now that you've seen what a kind of a smashy team can do, what are you going to do to fix that? How are you gonna win this league now that you know how somebody like that plays?
Yeah, you need to focus on protecting your carriers. You need to focus on getting players downfield, especially your catchers, and you need multiple people downfield because only one downfield is not going to do it because they are going to blitz that player. They're either going to blitz your ball carrier or they're going to blitz the catcher, and most likely, if they fear the pass, they're going to blitz your catcher. So
right.
Multiple people down there, get ready, and get those 2 turn touchdowns. That's the key.
Yep, I'm with that.
All right. Good game. Obviously, more can be done overall for both teams, but I really do feel that there were shining moments, and a 2-0 game is still a 2-0 game. So, credit is where credit is due.
Deal.
All right. Thanks again, and we will see you in week 4.
Cheers.